Hello, welcome back to the Hump Day stream. Quick message from me to everyone. Yes, that is true. We are finally back to work on Chordie. Last stream, we managed to finish our encoder, and I'm very happy about it. Well, maybe not finished because it didn't fit my other socket. And then it turned out that dimensions were not accurate. I took the wrong measurement, and encoder itself was a little bit smaller. That was a very quick fix, and I posted a post on my channel with a photo how it was finally mounted. Well, actually, I can share with you. Alrighty, so this one didn't fit last time, but after I shrank it a little, now it's perfect fit. So I can finally call it a drop-in replacement. It's very nice, I like it. It's small, easy to scroll, has a good feedback. There is a switch. Switch may be not that good, but that is not my fault. It's just how the switch is built. If I ever manage to find a substitute that is lighter, but with the same dimensions, I will swap it. Actually, anyone can swap it. Yeah, so what is left, I'm trying to find a good mounting system for it. I think I will settle on screws. I think something like that. Maybe 2 or maybe 3, maybe just these 2 will be in the corners, and maybe 1 in the center. I don't know yet. I'm printing a tiny thing right now, but we're not gonna bother with it today on the stream. I think everyone had enough encoders so far. I think even I had enough. Yeah, but this one is technically done. I'm gonna create like a proper GitHub for it, GitHub project, so anyone can use. I think I will also try to create a KiCad footprint, although I don't really have a chance now to test it because I'm not planning any PCBs. But maybe someone else will be interested. Maybe they will test it and share any feedback. I hope design won't be that bad that it will render the keyboard, whatever this person will be building, unusable. Should be rather okay. Yeah, so this is from our past stream, and I also made a version without the switch. There's not much to show. It's basically the same thing. Just in case someone is not interested in the switch, or not every part needs a switch. For example, this one is just scroll left and right. So this one at the front is up and down. So switch over here is kind of maybe okay if you want to have a mouse button, for example, and that's what I have programmed. But it's not a must. This one over here, its switch is rather useless. Only adds to the complexity of building this, even though it's a rather simple thing to build. Yeah, but scrolling left and right, I had no idea actually what can be put, what kind of a button we might need when we scroll left and right. So yeah, I think it's not even programmed in the firmware anyway. So that's about it in terms of updates, off-stream updates. There is still some stuff going on behind the scenes, but I'm not gonna stream it. I will just finish this encoder off-stream. Hope I can bring it back and I won't kill the stream. Okay, I think we are still live. Okay, that's a good sign. So today we are back to Chordie. Finally, I wasn't expecting that stupid encoder might take so much time, but here we are, almost 40 episodes later. Well, at least I think we have something decent on our hands. So what is the plan now? We have to start almost from scratch. We have to build Chordie from the very beginning. This one is just like a mock-up for quick prototyping. And I even have one with the encoder, which of course will be removed. So we have to do that. Okay, and there is still issue, maybe not that much of an issue, but we still have to think about this encoder. My idea is to stick to this one. This is simple and easy, and it has a push button that works okay. Otherwise, if we go with the mouse encoders, it's gonna be very difficult to have a functioning push button in this orientation. I managed to have 4 of them, but I don't have enough pins on I2C expander to have all of them working. And also, it makes the whole thing kind of wobbly. I didn't quite like it that much. I don't have this prototype right here. The only good thing about it is that the scroll is super smooth. You can technically scroll with just, okay, this one is moving, but very easy to scroll. That is very convenient. So along the way, I have to still consider whether I should either skip the push button, so there will be no mute. Maybe you can put the mute button somewhere else. Actually, on Chordie, we can use left and right encoder push button for this kind of stuff, because I don't use scroll this way, the same way on Chordie as I use on 3i2C. So this might be something. Maybe we can do it this way and go with this one. Talking about how tall it's gonna be, well, it doesn't really matter, because even with this one, I think this is like the base version of Chordie. That this is the lowest that Chordie will be. I am not planning to go any lower, because it's not convenient to push those buttons with the thumb. So it still has to be a little bit taller, and also for chording, these various height columns are a must. If they're all the same height, pushing some chords might be difficult. So this has to like adhere to your, more or less, how your fingers are, to the length of your fingers. So this way it's kind of okay. But if you have all the same height, pushing something with, let's say, pinky and maybe like these two might be a little bit difficult, or maybe like the middle finger and this one. Although I don't have a chord like that, but just in case, it might be difficult. The other finger might get in the way, might press this one. So this one is try and tested. So I'm gonna stick to that. It's convenient. It's good for chording. Yeah, and talking about the height, so like even with this encoder, we are not really above anything. So we can have it like that. We can 3D print like the volume knob, or maybe we can use metal one that we purchased before. We have still some time to think about it before we get to this point. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of short introduction, what we'll be going to do for most probably next few streams. And then I hope when it's ready, because technically there isn't that much to do with Chordie. Most of the things are already done. We only add these extra keys, and all we have to do is to fix up the wiring columns, the wiring canals, and other than that, I think I had a list somewhere. Most probably I lost it like everything else on this channel, so that doesn't really matter. And besides, it's still gonna be a prototype, so I am not thinking about it as a final design. Even if it turns out to be final, then it's fine. But I still take the margin that most probably you have to disassemble it and fix up some things. Yeah, but other than that, not much to do. Hopefully we can finish in 1-2 streams, like the CAD, and then maybe over the weekend. Okay, we have just 2 streams till the end of the week. Then maybe I can print it over the weekend, and next week maybe we can finally build something. That would be super cool. We haven't built a full keyboard yet. And Chordie, even though it's very small, you have how many keys? 8 keys per side, something like that. It can really take a lot of time to finish. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have some fun. But first thing first, let's jump into the CAD. Alrighty, so this is our project. So we have a lot of crap over here. I was thinking before the stream, should I start a new project or should I stay in this one? And of course, like with everything, there are pros and cons. The con is that we will have to copy a lot of stuff from this one just to have a good orientation, because we are not building from scratch. We have to build on the previous design. So I think it would be better to just reuse this one. Maybe we can start a new component and maybe just there, if we need to use something from the previous designs, we can just like enable it instead of copying it over. And yeah, I think that makes the most sense. So let's begin. Like where to even start? So maybe we should start with a new component. I would like to call it final. I don't know if it's a good idea to call it final. Might backfire. Okay, let's take the risk. Let's call it final. Okay, scroll works. Yeah, both scroll. I wonder if this one, left and right, we can scroll in this up, and that's fine. I tried on Visual Studio and it scrolls left and right, so we are good. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so where do we begin? I think first thing first, we need to have the base. So let's make a base component, and now we have to hunt down the part that is the most complete, because this one looks a little bit destroyed. Something is missing. Okay, let's take a look. I think this design, okay, this one is left extended, so I think it's one of these. Okay, so this attachment, we don't want that. We can also, okay, I think we can hide this one as well. All those encoders here we won't be using because we have a separate external design, so we can just forget about it. Okay, over here from imports, I can remove these. Okay, what else do we have enabled over here? Okay, we have choke sockets. Okay. And we have the old encoder design. Well, this one is not that bad. We can keep it if we really want to, because it fits quite okay. There's a good way to lock it in place. But I think I'm gonna use my new design. I think I will go with the screws. Although I'm not quite sure how the mount gonna look like yet, but like I think I should resolve it over the weekend. All right, so this is our chalk, and this is MX. Okay, I see I don't have, I think I don't have, okay, this is Okay, I have both. All right, so let's start with the base. So we have the base somewhere over here. Let's get rid of this stuff. So this is our base. And we also need the infrared. Okay, this one is gonna be tricky. Okay, infrared is over here. Okay, does it fit? It does, but what is this part missing over here? Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's do the infrared, and I think there is a division between MX and chalk. So let's make it chalk over here. I mean MX, sorry. What is this part? Oh, okay. Okay, something is missing over here. I think this is because we were cutting something. Okay, let's take a look at some other base. Okay, this base is the same. Yeah, but this part doesn't seem to belong to it. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of fishing for different parts. Okay, let's find this one in the tree. Where is it? Okay, so that's the part. Okay, so that wasn't part of the base. Alrighty, let's take a look. Or maybe it was. Okay, seems like it was. We have made something bad to it. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so maybe instead of this, maybe we can just copy paste. Okay. Okay, I can remove it. I didn't like it, but it looks like I could remove it. Okay, so okay, so our base looks like this. Okay, I think I can put it together right now. Okay. Okay. So I removed so that part, it wasn't just this odd shape, it was the whole thing. That is fine. We can borrow one from here. As good as new. It makes me wonder why these are like that, why there is an overlap. Okay, why it's not catching midpoint over here? 1966. Okay, but this one don't overlap. Is there a difference in shape? Yeah, looks like it. So it seems I have to move it. Let's take a look. Okay, maybe if I can grab these two. Okay, so we have a midpoint or like mid-plane from here. Ah, damn it, it vanished. I missed the wall. Okay, so again, we have a midpoint over here. Mid-plane again. And let's see what's the distance. Okay, it's 1905. Okay, so that is correct. So that's what we wanted to have. Okay, do I have to do something about it? Okay, let's move it a little to here. All right. It might, I mean, my initial thoughts were, oh, it's gonna be quick and easy, but when I look at it, it might take a little longer. Okay, so this part is kind of done. Okay, I was supposed to check if I have any kind of notepad or something with this stuff. If I have to fix or what I need to fix. Okay, I do have some notes. So one thing was that we need to make the thumb keys same height as the mouse keys. So we did that already a long time ago. And another thing is, okay, the RP2040 bug. So we're gonna see that later once it's operational. Okay, and I see something that we need to thicken the wire canals. So yeah, that's what I was planning to do. This one is 1.2. And what is the height over here? We have 4.2. Okay, if we make it double, if you make it 2.4, I will be okay. And maybe even enlarge a little. So I was really hoping to fit in the other wire that I was using, the AWG30. Instead of using 0.1 that I was using before. Although, oh, we see how it goes. Okay, so thicken the canals and there's something about the volume knob to move it a bit in the X direction. Actually X axis. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so looks like my memory didn't fail me this time around. Okay, so we are at the base. Okay, let's make it one piece. Okay, this little fella left behind. Alrighty. Okay, Let's add our infrared. Okay. All right, so next thing is the sockets and socket columns, the thing that is like lifting the sockets up. So I think it's gonna be another component. Let's say switch columns, and this one you have to also split between MX and chalk. Okay, I have to hunt them down somewhere. Okay, these are the sockets, so this one may be later. Over here. Okay, I called it column extensions. All right, beautiful. So this is what we were looking for. Okay, we have the same height. Or is it? Let's check. Okay, yeah, looks like it's the same height. All right, 0. Okay, switch columns. We have our base, so maybe let's bring it a little bit up. So it's gonna be base, columns, and then we have switch sockets, and let's pull it above infrared. So we have like a one after another. So base, columns, and then we have switch sockets. Okay, these are some additional things. Okay, I have it pasted now, but there is one more thing over here. Oh yeah, right. These elements to like close the gap. Okay, I think we can put it inside switch columns MX. So that will be part of it because we're gonna have to enable it anyway. So either way will be fine, either switch or either columns. Since it's more of a column or maybe even like a more base stuff. But I don't want to create two bases because one base is same base for chalk and for MX. I will just drop it here into the columns, and that is fine. Okay, what should we do next? Okay, so we have our volume encoders over here. And the question remains, what are we gonna be using? Are we gonna go with the normal one, or are we gonna go with the mouse encoder? Difficult choice. Okay, let's think about it later. We have to do something about this part. So this is our encoder over here. Okay, so let's close this one and close this one. Okay, so we have base, switch columns, switch sockets. We have infrared for the MX version. So far so good. Okay, so I think we should bring in our mouse encoder. Let's call it horizontal encoder. Also scroll would do, but okay, anyways. Okay, Chordie is done in a way that only one side is actually designed, and then I will just swap it. I mean, I will make a mirror in Slicer, so I don't have to bother making left and right. They're basically the same. I only change different parts. For example, I will remove this one, I will remove the volume part, and just enable the part that is okay, but this one be okay. I will enable the part with the mouse controller, but then we have this part, so we have to remove a little bit more. But it's still okay. Alrighty, so this little fella. Okay, let's drop it in the middle over here. Can we have a midpoint? Yes. And over here as well. Okay. Okay, thinking about it, we can't have it. It can't be fixed, because if we break it, that would mean that we have to replace the whole keyboard. So this part has to be replaceable. So I think I will have to resort to my old design. Where do I have this encoder holder? Okay, should be somewhere over here. I think that's the one. Yes, so that's the part I was looking for. Okay, let's... It was this tall. I don't think it was this tall for MX. Or maybe, yeah, it could have been this tall. Although it looks a bit too tall for me. Good that we have a key mockup, so I can quickly check how tall will be the keycap. Okay, like this. Okay, so maybe it's not too high. Let's enable our encoder and move it up a little. I think I will add one more thing. I think I will add the scroll wheel, but I won't be importing the whole part. Or maybe I should. Okay, let's import the whole part, because I was thinking maybe we can make just like a circle and turn it into construction, and that would maybe solve the issue. Okay, let's see first if it's not okay. I think it was 7 millimeters. Oh, sorry, 14, because that was a diameter. All right, so let's do it like this. Maybe I will move it towards the center, although I'm not sure if it's gonna change anything. Okay, I think it is a little bit too tall. It would seem so. I think I wanted it to be something like this, or more like that maybe. So we have this part. We don't have to be this precise, but let's align this part like that. Well, we're not gonna be soldering straight away, so I can print a test, and then we can check. Sadly, it's gonna take too long to print it on the stream. Okay, so we have to move the bottom to the level of the plate, of the base plate. What's that? What is it over here? Okay. Okay, that doesn't bother us. It's gonna be one part anyway. I see we have lost one hole over here. Let's do a quick fix on it. Alrighty. Okay, so how does it look like from this side? Okay, I would say that it's gonna be fine. I don't want the encoder to be too tall. Like this should be fine. I hope there won't be an issue rotating this side. We won't be hitting or like pressing this key. And it's especially important with MX, because for MX, for Chordie, I will always swap the springs to 30, I think it's like 25, 20 grams. So they're super light. So if it's too light and we just gently hit it, it might go crazy. Okay, this side looks kind of odd. Okay, we can look at it later. Okay, so obviously we don't need the bottom part to look like this, since we have these mounting holes. Okay, so there are two possibilities to mount it. Like for Chordie over here, when we are using this, that should be okay. Yeah, I think I have it. Give me a sec. Okay, so it happens that I do have those sockets. So I built it because the original encoder, it's rather small, so I needed a way to have it like a little bit higher somewhere. So I came up with this idea. So I have like a larger opening like this, then I had this thing that would this would be like a column or like a socket for the encoder. So this will go inside, and it holds kind of okay. And then let me unscrew this. I just cleaned up my workbench yesterday, and there was like no parts, no screws, no nothing. And I'm adding back stuff again. It didn't last long in a good usable condition. Okay. So then I would just clip in encoder like that. And it sits, and it's raised, and it's okay. So I think it will be good to stick to this design. Okay, let's take a look. What is the size of it? Okay, if we hide the encoder for a second, how big is it? Okay, 1905 by 1905, perfect. So we fit. And okay, the only difference is that we don't need. Okay, we can make this same height, because original encoder, it had like one leg a little bit lower, and that was very annoying. Now we have everything same height. Okay, let's see. 4.5, 4.5. So I think these are all the same right now. They don't need to be this long. But we have enough space, so let's leave it like that. Okay. Another thing is that I remember that I was able to spot this part. So maybe we should sit it a little bit lower so that this part is not visible, to cover this. Wires go through there anyway. There is plenty of space. The opening is quite large, so that is okay. And I think it will be better if it's not really sticking out like that. Let's take a look. Let's anchor over here. And let's make it minus 0.04. So it will be just a little bit lower. Okay, now I forgot to move the... I have to bring it back. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's make it a separate body. And we can put our construction line over there. So then when I'll be moving it together with the line, with the circle, with the construction line, or the construction circle. Okay, so let's go back. I should have noted how low did it go. Okay, I remember. Okay, I remember how it was attached. Okay, so we need the whole thing together with the socket, and then I want to anchor over here and lift everything up to here. So now I have the same height as before, and let's just pull back the bottom part. Okay, like this. Okay, it's going quite nice. Okay, so the mounting mechanism. Okay, so now when I look at it, I think it might be better to have those holes somewhere like over here, maybe here and here, and maybe one over here. And the reason for it is because if we do it like this, so then we'll have to, like, if we have something to hold it, so we have to print something like this. Like, it would kind of take a lot of space. Yeah, but on the other hand, okay, we can move this to here, but over here we have all the wires and stuff going on. Yeah, but it would be better to have it over there. Okay, let's take a look. How difficult would it be to print something to hold it? Or maybe, well, we can always move. No, we can't really move them too much because the head of the screw has to fit in as well. And it was going so well. Okay, what can we do about it? Hey, hold on a second. Does it look like there is no space left over there? It's like collapsing. Ah, yeah. So a little bit of a misalignment over there. Okay. And I think we have two more left to do. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it sits okay right now. We have some spacing on the sides. So that was from this angle, and from this angle should be okay as well. Yep. All right. Okay, so now we have a problem how to mount it, even though it seemed to be okay at first sight. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's go into, so that's the column. Okay, so I have to change it. Let's make a new body. Let's call it encoder column, or maybe holder. Yeah, better name. Okay, let's move it over here and see what we can do about it. All right, so we need a hole that is 1.9, and then we need from this at least 1.2. Can we have 2.4? A bit too much. 1.6. Okay, let's leave it at 1.6. I forgot to make the opening. So 1.9 and 1.6. From here, we want it to be 1.6. So it's 1.6 bigger than the opening. Okay. Okay, so over here, because we have a long socket for the encoder, we could actually get away with moving this one, and we can pull it all the way down. But then it will obstruct a lot of space over here, which I don't want. It will be already crowded, a lot of wires and stuff. So I think we have to come up with some other solution. Well, we definitely we need those supports, so the encoder won't fall in. So this part is staying for sure. I think I should make it a little bit shorter over here. What is the length? Okay, 7. 7. So okay, let's make it -1 on each side. Let's make them 5. -1. Okay, so this one is 5. This one is 4, so that wasn't actually 7. So 0.5 this way and 0.5 this way. Now we can also make it, well, we don't have to make it like this. We can also do like a edge over here, something like that. I just realized since we don't really need to mount it the same way as we did the other one. So we can have something like this, like 1.2 would be enough. Yeah, and that will give us more space, maybe, would it? Yeah. I think it's a better design. Have it on the corners only. Okay, let's make it 1.2 over here, 1.2 here, and 1.2 here. Okay, what is the length from here to here? So this one is what? 1.7. I think we have to chamfer this edge as well, because like looking at the base plate, so it's kind of like in the air, but it should print anyway. Oh, that shouldn't be an issue to print it like that. The only issue will be over here. Okay, let's make a plane. Let's move it to the bottom, because we have to leave some space on top. So I will just move this plane to here. I will cut this column in half. I mean, not in half. I will just chop off this part. Okay, now we can hide this. And we can make this part 0. Okay, let's get rid of this. I can always bring it back from another template. Okay. So this should be enough to hold the encoder from the top like this. If we take a look, yeah, plenty of space. And it should also print no problem, in my opinion. It's not that much of like an overhang. Okay, so I guess we are good on this part. Okay, so how do we mount it? And now suddenly we have a lot more space over here compared to before. Okay, let's pull this one. Let's say maybe 3.6. Would that be enough? And okay, let's make it like this. Okay, so but then over here we don't really have much space to attach to the wall. Let's take a look at the cross section. I was thinking maybe instead of like doing screws and stuff, maybe you can have something like clip-in mechanism or something that would kind of make it a little bit more like locked in a way. So let's say we make an opening in this, something like that, and then we will add on the encoder side, we'll add like a bump, very tiny, let's say something what we have on the roller. I think it's like 0.4 sticking out because the whole circle was like 0.8. So we can have a 0.4. It doesn't have to be too long. Let's take a look. Okay, actually this construction line was a good idea. I can slice it in half. Okay, let's make a new component over here. I'll just leave it like that, no name for now. Okay, so I think I want it to be 0.8, just like with the roller. So let's move it to the wall over here. Okay, since it's a round shape, it doesn't really matter like where it's gonna be. It should print either way. But I think it should be somewhere lower, or ideally in the center of this. Where is the center point? Okay, something like this. And then on the holder side, what we can do, we can offset this one. Let's say 0.01 maybe, should be enough. Let's chop this part off. And we need something like this. Okay. So let's hide this one for now. Let's go over here. Is this a surface? Yes, it's a surface right now. I can pull it in both sides. Let's make it 2.5. So it should be, this should be 5, right? Is it 5? It's not 5. How come? Okay, so maybe I have to give it 5 millimeters. Okay, now it's 5. So I was thinking, okay, maybe 5 is too much. Looking at it, okay, let's stick to 2.5. Because I want to have it on, should we have it on every side or maybe just left and right? Maybe just 2 sides will be enough. Okay, we can get rid of this part. Okay, so that is one side. Oh, maybe we might be still printing something today. I said we won't, but we can maybe try this one, how it holds. Okay, so now the holder part. Okay, can we pull it? Okay, let's make it both ways, 2.5. Okay, and now we have to cut this shape from this one. So from this one, cut this one and remove whatever was left. And we still have the cutter left, so we can just get rid of it. Okay, it's not in the center. It might make more sense if it's actually in the center, but let's take a look if we can have it in the center even, because... Oh, okay, there is plenty of space. I thought it might be too close to the wire openings, but it seems to be fine. Okay, so instead of having it in the middle of the scroll wheel, I will just move it to the middle of this. But okay, I don't have anything to rely on, because this one is it's not a full line. So what I can do, I can just Alt-Shift this one, and Alt-Shift and click on this one, and this will give me like the center plane, like we did before. And now I can move it to here. Okay, now it's perfectly in the center. Okay, and this one I think we can move in relation to this. Or can we? Or maybe not. Although it should be in the center anyway. Okay, we have this part. Okay, I think I have to move this one minus 0.5. Minus 0.05. Okay, let's take a look if it's correct. Yeah. So if we offset this, it's gonna be 0.1. Like this, and if we do it like this, it should be also 0.1. Or maybe, no, it's not 0.1. It's 0.05. It's okay, it's gonna be 0.1 in both directions, but okay. Let's move it a little bit further. I can make a ruler, so let's make it 0.1. It'll be easier. And this part from this one, 0.1. Okay. So this one is still 5. 2.5. Okay, and this one should be Should be just right. Okay, so let's copy this one and let's move it to the other side. So now we have to make an opening. Point 1. We don't need this part, and we need to make a line over here. Okay, we have this surface right now. Pull it both ways, 2.5. Okay, so far so good. So from this one, remove this one. Okay, minus 0.1 and minus 0.1. 2.7, and this one should be 2.7 as well. And this one is 0.99, very odd. 0.99. Okay, looks like we have everything done. Okay, let's take a look at the cross section. Did it catch? Okay, something's not right because we have this one and we don't have the other one. Okay, they are not in the same spot. How come? So does it mean that these are not aligned as well? No. Okay, maybe I cut it wrongly. Okay, now if we enable everything, okay, let's make a plane over here. Okay, over here, and we can just maybe clip with plane so we can see what is happening. Alrighty. Okay, it looks like it's fine. Should be all aligned. Alright, so well, maybe we can get rid of the screws. That would be very, very nice. Because they don't really fit that well over there anyway. Okay, I think I can reassemble this part into one piece. We can get rid of this plane. Okay, how does it look like? Okay, let's get rid of this one. Alright, so yeah, I wish I could export this one thing only. Now I have to remove everything. Or maybe I can Maybe I can export just this one file. I mean, this one part. I never tried that. Let's see what happens. Oh, that is a lot of stuff over here. Okay. I think we can delete everything. Yeah, we won't be needing any STLs from here. Okay, so how do we call this one? Let's make it mouse encoder test. Okay, let me quickly clean this one up over there. Way too many files. How many megabytes with all those STL files? Wow, 300, almost 400 megs. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, let's jump to Bamboo and see what did we export in the first place. Okay, the whole part. That kind of sucks. Maybe there's some kind of a setting somewhere. Okay, it doesn't say anything. Okay, so that sucks a little. Okay, back to Bamboo. Okay, and our new harness like this. I wonder if it's gonna work. Should be okay, hopefully. Let's call it auto lock. Okay, this one we can hide a little bit. We don't need it this big. Oh, this should be okay. Okay, one more sec. Let me check if I think there's something on the prim bed. Yep, there was a previous encoder holder. Oh, that is fine. Okay, we can let it print. Alrighty, back to our project. Okay, what else? What else? I don't like this part. It looks kind of odd. I think it was like cut originally, like this part. I don't think it was there. Like, what is the distance from here to here? Maybe you can fix it quickly. 0.6, kind of odd. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's how it was done. Maybe I dragged it by accident. This one is 0.6 as well. Yeah, looks like it. It's starting to take shape. Or beginning to take shape. Alright, what else? Okay, so our cursed volume encoder. Okay, so this part will be a little bit different because it will be either volume or there will be mouse controller. But for the mouse controller, we have to get rid of these two as well later on. Okay, let's focus on the volume for now. Okay, let's call this extensions and let's make it volume. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? What can we reuse? Okay, these are our horizontal encoders. I got so much work on it. Look at the amount of this stuff. Okay, so this is our volume. Okay, these knobs are too big. Definitely, even because these are the stock ones that you can buy of AliExpress, Amazon, and so forth. But if we look at the how high are the keys, yeah, so this one is definitely too tall. Okay, let's take a look. I have the encoder over here as well. This one. Okay, how high is it? 21.5, let's say. Okay, 21.5. So that should be okay. Let's make like a quick encoder. So the base is what? Like 11. Let's make it 12 by 12, and then shaft is 15. Okay, a quick mock-up, 12 by 12. And what's the height of it? It's gonna be like maybe 10. Oh, 6.5, more or less. 6.5, and shaft was, I think it's like 6 and 15. Okay, that won't be part of the full design, so let's push it into, and this is only to see like where can we place it and so forth. Okay, so it will be sitting somewhere around here. Okay, should it be aligned with the bottom plate, or should it be a little bit higher? Maybe we should keep it at the level of the wires. So the bottom will be just right when the wires start, or something like this. Now we have to enlarge them later, but I think this level is fair enough. Okay, let's hide this one. And we had already done like a full chassis for it. Okay, this one. Maybe not quite this one, but let's remove the knob. And remove the bottom part. Okay, can we fit this guy inside? Okay, perfect. I think we have to, okay, now we have to move it a little bit lower. So all the way up to here. Okay, but the issue is this one has legs sticking out. So that is like 16.2, but the whole thing is 17 more or less. I mean 12. So it's like 5 millimeters extra on one side. I don't think I have a normal one anywhere here, because it might happen that the other one is the same height and we won't have to bother with the legs sticking out. I think I have it like somewhere where I can pick it up fast. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, there is a box of goodies. Oh, no encoders over here, sadly. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, found some. And this one looks like a bit too big, too tall. Oh, these are 15 as well. Okay. So maybe it's not too big. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's the same height. Okay, so we don't have to bother with this one, because this one is roughly the same. Not much difference in height. Okay. So that is even better. I think we can chop the legs later on when we'll be assembling it. We don't really need that much space. Yeah, okay, so not bad. And yet again, I just ordered a lot of these because I was pretty much sure I'll be using them. And the time to ship is like 2 weeks, so I didn't want to wait too long. So I will end up with a bunch of these and probably no use for them. Okay, so we will go with this one. So I think, okay, the height is the same, right? As I said. .5. Yeah, the same, 21.33. So more or less they are the same. Okay, that is good. All right, so back to our project. Okay, but the issue here is that okay, let's take a look. The key mockup. I think I need one more mockup because I wanted to check something. Oh, the print finished already. That is great. Okay, okay, I'm here, so just because I noticed when I was using it, I was kind of hitting the knob, but not specifically on this one. But if you bring back the knob, this one is kind of like low profile. Okay, maybe from here, let's make it, I know. I would like to move it to be, okay, first I will need to anchor it at the bottom, and now let's roll it like, well, let's say 0.4. So I noticed that I used to kind of hit with my thumb. I used to hit the knob. So let's take a look. And the shaft is kind of high. I think it would be better if we had something like real low profile. Maybe up to the height of this, of the socket. Because like when you look at it, like when you will be using it, and this one is a little bit different. This one is, no, this one is the same height. Yeah, but I think, okay. So this one is more or less the same height. Yeah, we moved it away quite a bit. Okay, so maybe mouse encoder over there won't be that bad. And what this push button, it's really, it would be very handy to have it either way. Well, we can always make something like on the side, maybe another infrared. Do we have space on the left? Yeah, we have. Because like that will be just like the encoder before. So we should have enough pins to connect. But wiring, how many infrared? 1, 2, 3 in total. That's a little bit too much. Okay. Well, I think what we need to do, I think we have to print one more mockup, but actually this one is exactly what we need. Okay, let's take a look. Because this current design, it should be somewhere over here as well. This volume encoder. I think it was one of these. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Yeah, but definitely now, with the experience we have, we can make it much, much lower than that. because first of all, we don't need such a big encoder. We can use the small one. I mean, the height of them is the same, so doesn't matter which one we use, but it would be better to use the same one as we have for everything else, so we don't have to buy different parts. But we can make it way smaller, so this one is like almost one centimeter. Yeah, but I think then I was thinking if it's not gonna be too low, so we can still rotate. I am not quite happy with how far away it is. I would rather have it a little bit closer in this direction. So if it was smaller, I mean shorter, then maybe we can have it like in the center, like let's say like center from here and center from here. So we can have it here instead of having it all the way up to here. It makes me wonder if it's gonna be difficult to turn the volume. Like have it like this. I can't make it smaller, can I? I can't right now. But I think this design is what we will be having in the end. So maybe we can make a mock-up for this. We still have the mounting plate. A difficult choice what to do with it. Okay, let it sit for a while. I will bring our fancy encoder mount and we can check it out. Okay, so we have our part done. Oh no, it messed up. Holy shit. Happens. Obviously it won't fit. Damn it. Just when I need it the most. Can we save it somehow? We don't have to print again. Does it look clean? Okay. Not ideal. Let's see. So we have these opening holes over here. Okay, it did clip in. And it holds quite well. Okay, so maybe we won't be needing screws after all. And this one is 1905 by 1905. So basically we have a... Yeah, I wonder if I can take it out right now. Let's see. Oh, I think it's even too much. Okay, I don't want to break anything. Let's see. How can you get it out right now? Okay, it did come off. One more try. This way. Yeah, I think it's quite okay. So maybe we can skip the screws. That's a way easier mount than like dealing with the screws and all this stuff. Oh, it's... You can pull it out, but... Let's see if I grab it with something. Not like this. How about this side? Okay. Yeah, so... I think that will be okay. I think we can stay on this design. Yeah, it clips in nicely. Holds quite okay. Can't really pull it out, but if I press it from the other side, yeah, so we can push it out, no problem, if we use like more force. Yeah, that is better than dealing with the screws. Okay, so at least we have this settled. Should be fine. We see when we build the thing. All right. So the volume. What can we do with it? So if we stick to this design and we remove, which one? This one. Okay, so more or less this is what we get if we stick to a normal encoder. So this is as low as we can go. Yeah, should be, how tall is it? Do I have I have no dimensions over here. 13. And what is the diameter? 32. Okay, let's change it. 32 by 13, yes, was it? Oh, radius 16. So, okay, so radius is 32 and height is 30. Okay, so I got it right. So this is the lowest we can go with a standard encoder. At the bottom. Okay, and it would look something like this. But I don't think this one is the standard one. I think this one is the one that I 3D printed. Let's see. I just cleaned everything yesterday and I most probably I threw it away, but it's not an issue. Okay, one more thing I need to do, because this key is not really how it is in reality. I think this one is usually 1.5. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's gonna be 1905 times 1.5. And I want it to be divided by 2. 1429. Because this one key is the longest usually. So I'd like to see how it's gonna stack up with the volume. So it will be easier for me to visualize how to approach it. Okay, so it's how was it? It was 1905 times 1.5 by 2. Okay, so what is the distance from here to the center? 1429. It doesn't look that long over here. I had to take a look at Chordie. I think it's longer. I think it's 2, not 1.5. Okay, and this one is okay. So I think I can copy this. So let's make it mx. That is 1.5. So now I need to make a longer key. So okay, let's do it like this. From here to here, so it's gonna be 1905 times 2 by 2. Okay, rather obviously if you multiply by 2 and then divide by 2, it's gonna be the same. Okay, 1905. Okay, so this is how it looks like more or less. Okay, let's move this one 1905 minus 1905. And this one. This one is 2. So move this one minus 1905 to here and okay, something like this. Yeah, it looks about right. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. since we have this part kind of done, the volume, so we have this for prototyping. I have the bottom ready. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna print the volume, the one that we just did, and see how low it gets. How does it look like? Yeah, I think I would need to look for different keycaps because these are not representative. And then I can take a look, and maybe off stream I will also create another one that is like closer and see if I am really hitting it or not. Yeah, but since it's lower, if it's gonna be lower than this, because okay, take a look at this one. This one is already kind of low. And this is the current one. So it is sticking out like all the way above the keys. So whenever I move my, maybe not whenever, but there is like a certain movement that I sometimes do. It's not like I always hit it. And also depends like how you put your hand on. But I noticed that at certain like position, when I am moving the thumb like left and right, I would kind of hit it, kind of like maybe just tiny bit. So having it lower, it might really help a lot. Oh, hello there, Wang. Sorry if I butcher it. Well, encoders, I need on the sides encoders, the small ones, the horizontal ones are for scrolling. So the one on the left is for scrolling up and down. And the one on the right is for scrolling left and right. If you have a document or something, so you can scroll left and right. And this encoder is for volume. So that's why I'm kind of like walking around it, because on one hand I want to have a volume. I mean, I must have a volume. Although we can also do it on a chord, so you can press like two keys, some whatever, and then you can use the encoder on the other side, and this will be the volume. But I had this solution before, and it didn't quite work, because sometimes, like when you're not sitting at the keyboard, for example, you stand up and you want to either increase or decrease volume, and or even if you want to mute it, for example, it's good to have a separate encoder, because you just need one finger. And if you have it like under a chord or something, then you need like both hands, or you need to put like one hand. You have to really like put more effort. And when you have encoder, you just, you just rotate and you can change the volume. So yeah, we need three encoders. There's no way around it. And I think I had a design with just one some time ago, like the very first version of Chordie. I think it had only one over here, and it was the small one, the horizontal one, like this one. So there was no encoder over here. There was only this one was moved here. That wasn't that great. So yeah, I want to stick to this design because I find it okay. But the only issue is that like right now, if I want to have a pre-built, can I get it off? So if I want to have a knob like this one's like 17 millimeters. So it's a little bit too big. I have some other ones somewhere. Yeah, so I would like to find like a sweet spot. So encoder is not too high, not too low. It's easy to reach, but at the same time, I won't be hitting it with a thumb or with any other key. And I would like to have it done before I assemble it, because like building this keyboard, even though it's very small, it takes a lot of time. And if it happens that encoder is in a position that is really bad, that like every time I do something I hit it, then I will have no choice. I will have to rebuild the whole keyboard, and yeah, that would be like a waste of time. So I want to nail it now before I do anything. So that's why I'm like struggling with this like for so many streams. And on top of that, instead of using these encoders, I was also thinking of using the mouse encoder. Then I can go really low, like over here. We can kind of like chop off the whole bottom and even chop off this one a little. So that one would be like very, very low. But then I don't know if I put my finger, would it be like too low maybe? Would it be difficult to rotate? Would I like press any other buttons? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna redesign this and I'm gonna print the other one. I'm gonna print this one over here with this bottom plate. So then I can attach it to that one, to this prototype, and that will be okay. Then I can change, I can check if it works or not. And yeah, so let's get rid of this part, this knob, we don't need it. And encoder as well. Yeah, and I also would like to move it down. I would like it to be like at the cross section of these two keys. I think it was done like that before, but it was too close. But it was too close because the knob was very tall. If I have a short knob, then it will be fine. But then there's also issue with the chalk version, because chalk is a little bit smaller, and the keys, they don't stick out this high. So what will work for MX, for example, might not be good for the chalk, and I would rather it to be the same everywhere. As you can see, shaft is like over here. I can check the mockups as well. Design for the knob. I don't know if I can find one that is like 30 millimeters, 32 by 13. Top of chalk key is over here, almost like in line with this. That might be, and the volume will be too high. Let's get rid of this. There's stuff. I think it was directly attached. X. My knob. Bottom plate. I'll just skip it. We have run out of time. To change the view. Okay, so what I did, I just export everything. Yeah, I think I will need support for this one. Tree support is not good for this, at least maybe not now. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna print it right now. Yeah, and in case you're asking why there is so few keys on the keyboard, it's because it's a chording keyboard, so it doesn't need this many keys. So you have to press few keys at the same time, and then you will get like a letter. So there's only how many? It's like 14 keys in total, and out of it you can have any key that you have on normal keyboard, and even more than that. Okay, so the print is starting. All right, I can't really push any further without checking this, so I guess I'm gonna check it off stream and tomorrow as well, and I will update you on Friday, and then on Friday we'll pick it up and see how it goes. Maybe I will print the whole thing already by Friday. No promises. See how it goes. I'm very happy that we managed to get this part working. So we have like a locking mechanism for the encoder, because I didn't really have a good idea how to make it like clip in, but we found it. It seems to be okay. Yeah, it holds very nice. So yeah, that's a positive thing from today. Okay, other than that, yeah, half an hour print. Can't get past this. All right, so thank you for joining today, for watching me struggle with the same design. But yeah, we are really on track right now. We did encoder, and I'm very happy about it. It's very cheap, very easy to build, very easy to print. So I can't wait to make it public. Yeah, and on top of that, I will continue with Chordie, with printing those extensions for the volume, see which one fits the best. Maybe tomorrow, if I have time, I will push it with the mouse encoder. Then I will see how small I can get, how short it can really get. Yeah, but then we'll miss the mute button. So okay, I have 2 days to figure this thing out. All right. For today, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and please do come back on Friday. We will continue our work. I really can't wait to finally build Chordie in this version. It's been waiting for so long, too long. So it's high time to make it work. Anyways, one more time, thank you, and see you on Friday. Bye bye.